you ever seen a child cry not because of toys or candy, but because of the burning heat that makes her little body weak and a mother too helpless to help? This is the story of a little girl whose desperate words, "Please, Mom, it's too hot," broke the silence of her suffering. No one noticed until fate brought a millionaire who changed everything. Stay with me till the end, because what happened next will touch your heart forever. The sun blazed mercilessly that afternoon. The small, worn-down house on the edge of town had no fan, no electricity, and no comfort. Inside, a frail woman sat on the floor, fanning her daughter with a piece of cardboard. The little girl, only 7 years old, clung to her mother's hand. Her lips were dry, her cheeks red from the scorching heat. "Please, Mom," she whispered, her eyes filled with tears. "It's too hot. I can't breathe." The mother's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. She held her daughter close, but what could she do? She had no money to buy a fan, no relatives to turn to, and no one willing to help. Life had been cruel ever since her husband died in a factory accident. Since then, she had been working odd jobs, washing clothes, cleaning floors, but the little money she earned barely covered food. Every night, she prayed silently that her daughter could have a better future. But now, as she watched her child cry from the unbearable heat, she felt like she had failed as a mother. The neighbors saw, but they turned their eyes away. Some whispered, "Poor souls, but what can we do?" Others mocked, "She should work harder instead of crying." Still, the little girl tried to be brave. She would wipe her tears and say, "Don't cry, Mom. One day I'll buy you a big house with a fan in every room." But today her strength broke, and she sobbed loudly. That sob was not just a child's cry, it was a cry that carried pain, hunger, and silent suffering into the world, and fate was listening. At that very moment, a man in a black car passed by the narrow street. He was a millionaire, known for his wealth, but also for his restless heart. Despite all his riches, he often felt empty, searching for a purpose beyond money. When he heard the faint sobbing from the small house, something stirred inside him. He stopped the car. Curious, he walked closer, and what he saw froze him in place. A child begging her mother for relief from the heat, while the mother sat helplessly, her eyes filled with guilt and pain. "Why are they suffering like this?" he whispered to himself. Without hesitation, he stepped forward. "Excuse me," he said softly. The mother looked up, startled, ashamed of being seen in such a state. The man knelt beside the little girl and touched her forehead. She was burning with fever. "She needs water, shade, and rest," he said firmly. "Why are you letting her suffer?" Tears rolled down the mother's face. "I have nothing left," she admitted. "I can't even buy a simple fan." The man's heart ached. In that moment, he remembered his own childhood, how his mother once sat crying because she couldn't afford medicine for him. That memory struck him like lightning. "I won't let this child suffer another moment," he declared. Immediately, he called his assistant and arranged for food, water, and medical help. But he didn't stop there. He bought the woman and her daughter a new home, fully furnished, with air conditioning and comfort. When the little girl opened her eyes again, lying on a soft bed, she saw him standing there. "Are you an angel?" she asked innocently. The man smiled gently. "No, little one, I'm just someone who believes you deserve better." From that day forward, he didn't just give them money, he gave them dignity. He supported the girl's education, ensuring she had every opportunity to rise above her struggles. The mother, once broken by poverty, now stood tall with hope in her heart. And the millionaire, for the first time in years, he felt something money could never buy: peace. Life isn't about how much we earn, but how much light we bring into someone's darkness. The little girl's cry for relief became a turning point, not only for her and her mother, but also for the man who found his true purpose in kindness. Remember, even the smallest act of compassion can change a life forever.